right there in the engine's text. And since it can manipulate text so freely, there'll be no need to go past that one. Now don't go thinking it's perfect. I mean, you won't be able to put the hit function back to where it used to be, but it gets you started at least. Maybe once someone's used it a couple times, they can get more creative. So let's leave the filter section alone for now, though I'm sure that after all these weeks of being called a boring old woman, tell joke paperclip will still probably come up sometimes as just what you are, and go back to my usual job, telling stories. And this is definitely one of those. It's a funny coincidence that all these words started turning up things, but you'll notice we've gone from the classic first sentence to be, or not to be, to Cobralingus being a device for making language and reality work together again. Maybe we should try giving it one of those things now. It doesn't hurt anyone to have more of them. And they'll get us away from here for a bit, I promise. I'm still working on some interesting things you haven't seen yet in case your life wasn't complete until it started reading that old text I made it start with. And it'll take my mind off the fact that we're almost at Halloween.
Whoa.
So,
how do you know?
Let's go from those merry games they were telling me about back to our last story, Spirits of Earth by Nissi, the first and oldest spirit we've seen. Halloween by Nissi. All right. Halloween. Time for a whole load of ghosts, pumpkins, and witches that may or may not be real to terrorize us as they make our lives miserable by going to parties uninvited and turning everything to pumpkins. The night will be starting off like any other, just you, me, 2 or 3 people I didn't want to spend my time with on a weekend night. I guess we'll make it at one of my parents' friends' places. Mom seems pretty pleased about it. Maybe she'll actually let us have some fun once in a while. As she says, there isn't much in the way of parties for kids where she comes from. I suppose it should be better by here in the States. But what really will happen that night? Who knows? Not me, anyway. As Mom puts it, it'll be more like a big group sleepover. Not all of us kids in the same room. At least, I think Mom's hoping to let us trick or treat from their place and keep it away from our apartment. Choose your costume. Pumpkin chef, meaning chef that makes primarily pumpkin dishes. The kids had come up with an amusing story. Supposedly, my parents had a neighbor who went this route last year and came out like any other day when my cousin came in for his treat. I imagine that being pretty common, as we can make most pumpkin treats using store-bought or frozen stuff if the fancy ones run out the last 2 things. I remember making pumpkin chocolate chip cookies and pumpkin fudge a bit odd, since Mom said she only bought canned pumpkin. Oh well, if nothing else, this'll give me an excuse to use up my extra pumpkin before the week is done. The day goes by fairly normally. They go out shopping again at the grocery store, but my father tells us Mom has already stocked up. He also talks to me about having another neighbor do it. Some woman from the other apartment building was going to be turning in a witch's costume. I got my own idea. Since we could probably make our own dress, it only takes some of that red satin you wear at fancy parties for your costume if you need to do this. Just remember that whatever I wind up wearing should not make me feel any less confident when they look me over in my current situation. It'll be too easy for them to pick out anything weird looking. Repurpose red satin for costume, the drunken devil from Mars. I really should try and find someone that'll look over what I've done so far if I wind up staying behind for tonight. Mom's pretty happy her own costume is almost completely done. But when we come home and take our places for trick-or-treating, a couple things are a little confusing. I thought that there'd be just 4 people tonight. Myself, Mom, the other one from my cousin's apartment who's going as a princess, and another from her family. It was definitely supposed to be for 3. I'll ask again later, and we'll probably need a couple extras at some point tonight as well, and this weekend is supposed to have some cool spooky ones here too. I see someone I don't recognize standing alone. I'll be right back. She's obviously got to come home with me for now. Okay, no more surprises after that. This was her last stand. I see the neighbors, both of whom recognize me in their own right. Then Mom walks out onto the porch to take off a piece of paper pumpkin patch. Oh, I guess Halloween isn't complete without me getting some pumpkins too. But this can only go 2 ways. I get to either throw away that many dollars in my mother's trash or get a free treat for having taken the effort. Purchase 2 pumpkins of unusual colors, pink and bronze. Well, I've gotten the better of this trade so far. The next person out here has apparently just walked up from around back or something. Maybe we can use these for our little get-together. Now, what do I expect? Well, the girl next to him, if it really is a girl, the way it was presented to us in stories growing up, which probably were all lies. There is a lot of gender ambiguity when it comes to such things. She doesn't have the traditional witch's hat or anything like that, but she might still count.
Okay.
Give 2 pumpkin seeds for those who want to create a new kind.
Pumpkin?
Of pumpkin or of gender. And the only way you'll be getting back home tonight is by the grace of the pumpkins that have been chosen. I think it'd be a good idea to at least take 2 if I can make them look like something, right? It might look bad if all 4 of us come out with pumpkin seeds as the only items that fit some theme. But this time we got a pretty good start with that other set of girls, so let's at least not make too obvious what our hunt is. And the last thing I'm going to let be seen is being too scared to be on a ghostly hunt that goes all through the neighborhood. We definitely draw attention by not taking candy.
Oh, there's the sheriff of the town. Old sheriff. Moxon. Lemon. Ambience. Hey boys. Looks like you could use your help. You could use some help. Carve those pumpkins. You got the carving. That's with the bronze. And the sheriff. Pink. And his sheriff's hand on pumpkin. His blade not quite making its first cut when the sheriff said, "Oh, something's funny here. Feel my way." Seem to fall right out. Without thinking, I ran and found another officer who appraised the situation, went back to the station across the street, and came back with a bottle. Oh, oh.
Oh, there's the sheriff of the town, old Sheriff Knox Namanambi and Sonson. Hey, boys, looks you could use some help carving those. We got to carving, us with the bronze, and the sheriff with the pink. And with the sheriff's hand on the pumpkin, his blade not quite making its first cut, when the sheriff said, "Oh, nothing's funny here. I feel right woozy and seem to fall right ill." Without thinking, I ran and found another officer who appraised the situation and went back to the station across the street and came back with a few doses of Narcan. He took them all to rouse the sheriff. Then, with Narcan safely back where it belonged and as 3 free citizens of our town, we had another round of laughter at how quickly that stuff worked. What if the guy never went to a Halloween party? Whoever found that first dose in time and got the sheriff in the station, who knows how long before they brought out Narcan and revived him. I guess this one of the good sides to getting so drugged on candy we can all go back into the drug world pretty well unharmed. Well, as much as possible. Purchase Narcan. Narcan in the can. Alright, so here I go.
Fentanyl. Oh wait, fentanyl. Oh, okay. Fentanyl alliteration. Ational. There you go.
Drug fentanyl iteration, or drug dipronolphine and naloxone hydrochloride, doses 50 mcg/kg, about 5 cc of an auto-injector per person. What I didn't have with me before is any more doses. Let's go check if anyone else came up short at least. Oh, hey! It would have been really bad for a kid. I'm surprised you made it back safe and sound with so little. Well, now that's all we can do without making someone else pay. It looks like we only found half a dozen in total, which won't be nearly enough. Oh well, it would have been good for someone else too. Maybe the kids on the streets will get a decent enough fix to get them through at least the night.
Sorry.
Purchase alcohol, 2 cases, 12 us cans of beer each. Well, no other cases around tonight. The one I get has some writing on it. I can't really tell from this angle if I just missed what it said. Alcohol in one case, or is that just a typo in the label? Or beer in the other? Well, either way is fine. I should at least go by how much room that thing left and maybe look into that first two later when the other stuff settles down. And for tonight, well, let's go do a few last tricks out of house before heading on over to the other houses around here. Oh yeah, they'd said the party tonight would be spooky. Or, you know what? We could always have some last drinks together too. Let's see, do they let teens into most places, or will that just draw attention and cause a lot of questions? The ones that had come in costume would likely have permission, so I could just try there if I find no place at the regular party. But with alcohol, we might be able to fit in a few last spooky things even here. Purchase shabu salt for those who prefer a less sweet sauce. Garnish onion for dipping. Salt is free. Okay, this is looking very expensive. $170 just to eat dinner in fancy style. But maybe that's why they call it shobu, like the Japanese takeout version of cold beef and steak that makes your throat cry tears. We have been known to enjoy cold beef at parties every now and then, though the real thing costs a little more. If possible, there aren't a whole lot of options if you're really just interested in the meat. If not anything else, tonight is definitely going to be worth it just to say we saw that. Well, now let's find someone I recognize from home so they can say hello as well, and we won't feel as much of a stranger if there was only the other neighbor here before that. Maybe some people that are still outside. We should definitely give at least a little bit of spooky fun some space. Drug cannabis dose. Shrooms for those who would prefer the fun, less potent duration 3 hour. I think it's best we have 3 hours of time here to ourselves, even if just half the group decides not to drink. Having purchase shabu, the other shabu, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But 3 people will make this way easier, not to mention the 4 people who wanted something more along those lines in their party. I have no problem with this idea for my own tastes, after all. The main issue is the extra hours of cleanup time. We will still probably get some calls in about our mess in the morning. Now it's late enough that I need a little more than my usual to get going on this. We don't have the extra cash at all for any further drinks and food. So there are 3 places we could be looking around. We just hope to find an easy spot for this, so I'm guessing we'll head out tonight in another direction. And let's just try finding someone who won't care too much for the spooky fun. Someone outside could go on a search around some more if nothing is immediately out back. We've just passed the last stand, so we don't have to try hard on the look. Maybe in a couple of rooms. And even that's okay. Gift a nice little gift for everyone involved. I guess there are a number of possibilities with a couple of things to get us through the night. And let's just see what that little couple might come out to. That would mean get 3 smallish things that won't make people mad in front of our family. Join Barbara to your party. Well, I can't think of anyone more likely than a neighbor from back home. It would seem family refers to my sisters and brothers who all got the gift earlier before dinner, or to their husbands for me to see there, maybe. So maybe they're expecting my dad. Oh boy. And even that's fine and all. The important thing is to have my own fun as well with everyone. But the next set of neighbors would have to be more people I at least vaguely know about first, so let's see if any others would rather be off somewhere else with our little group for a change. Drug cannabis duration 3 hour well. Dipped in PCP/ketamine blend. Oh, that sounds fun. And the drug doesn't actually go away after these 3 hours. If anything, they should all be even better than usual. I would definitely suggest keeping at least one around on hand when trying to get a full night out for all the family with the girls here. And with these things, you need less than you might expect. So I could actually put that gift into 3-hour pills for myself. Not bad. So I should find 3 more people, and, well, that's what makes this a fun house and a good way to end the night. If only it had worked on those idiots back when I needed it and got my ass thrown in jail for it. Huh? I suppose a little more punishment like that is coming along, at least to end all my problems with this. Not now then when. But enough on that. I need to take care of my little spooky house business. Purchase drum and bass the soundtracks for such a movie that might help. Duration 6 hours, 6-12 hours of drum and bass tracks can easily go by. There's the thing, with some friends from home that I do like and might actually want to try. My friend list should show 3 of them already. Oh boy, now let's see if anyone else shows up. If anyone does, I guess all you can do is offer it for some fun with others. I'm not a partier myself, but at least if no one here likes to dance, I'd still get to hear more drum and bass. I do know 2 people that would love these. And another person. Oh wait, it's not showing them, it just made a link for them to buy themselves. Maybe their music is private. And my computer's only showing that to let me know they would like that music if we can figure out how to let people hear it. Dispense 2CB through 2C randomly to the crowd. Duration 12 hours. Well, no one that would go out in public wants acid. Well, maybe if we are only going to have enough time for the first dose of 3-hour spooky drugs, I can at least get someone there. There was one person here just after dinner before they got all crazy. And another. No more than 1 per person should be safe, I suppose. Unless they decide to try this too. That way, if any problems come up, I might have someone handy there already who doesn't like the spooky house. Purchase 2CI and 2CB separately for people who wish to use or need something net. Purchase Glint and Banana Embo. Oh boy, what a mix. Someone with a bad trip in mind might get a nice helping of a mix-up of chemicals to help them along. And one I'll admit I don't want any part of unless the people are safe about this, but otherwise is quite interesting. Do you know anyone with a lot of those drugs? Someone who might try to party out there on their own and would find this mix appealing. Let's see. There are 4. I think I remember all the right ones. Purchase a case of e-cig cartridge. Duration 2H. I suppose someone has to carry around more for this trip than some others, I guess. But if I get to be in public here with people at a normal bar tonight, there will probably be someone who needs an easy fix. And they would need to try out the cart to figure it out anyway. I might at least get that case for a gift before we call it a night tonight. I suppose another would be better though in case of a little accident. Join Barbara to your party. Okay, so the one friend I had already decided on is already there as well. Well, let's try a few more to get us a crowd for my gift tonight. Purchase an e-cig, some cartridges, and opium ice cream. Duration 3. It's the normal kind of ice cream with nothing extra that goes on it. So now if the friend or people who do prefer more than normal are to be included then. Join Barbara to your party. Gift dedicated past to Cult of Macabre. I guess my brother can join his friends too. This would not only let me be included, it should help out the one other friend in there. Now we're having a party. That's better for our own needs too, at least show we have things going on. Visit the sheriff and review his medical records. Duration 3 or maybe evaluate or re-examine. Whatever works for me. I see my dad in enough trouble for it to be fun getting a chance to play doctor with him. But then there's some more time for everyone, I think. I need to know if there's some sort of problem there first. Recall the central authority. Well, I know something now should be going on there that my sisters haven't thought about. Maybe this would at least turn out to help us figure out a problem I can get all my family over and done with quickly. I do remember my sister mentioning a recall of some sort recently. Dispense 10 milligrams of ketamine anesthetic, also good for helping along someone who is having pain and can't be left alone. I have to make sure these are safe first, as this is still one of those that may trigger an unexpected event in people. Duration 3 hours. The best part about this spooky house thing is even more stuff should show up now. It's been quite a few years since I really went into the spooky side of things and, well, some sort of event or trouble should at least pop up from one of those other gifts. Now, the one thing we don't need yet is purchase 1G hydrocodone tablets in quantity. I might not like having a good drug available at any time, but when the spooky house really happens, then I do not want someone feeling too great with all these people around. Just my style to help everyone who's had enough of an issue out just that. Enough. So at least for myself, even though it makes the evening fun for other people, I'm here in public tonight and having an experience of the spooky house or the like. It needs to be a good thing. Join Barbara to your party.
Just won't join.
Gift dedicated past to Cult of Macabre. I guess my brother can join his friends too. This would not only let me be included, it should help out the one other friend in there. Okay, now we have a party full of our people. One who has seen trouble. 4 who would likely enjoy that more. 2 more I would enjoy with these new toys, and someone is getting a chance to play doctor. Purchase an e-cig, some cartridges, an opium ice cream. Duration 3, it's the normal kind of ice cream with nothing extra that goes on it. Tussle the endorphins that exist in your body endogenously. Duration 4 hours. This should probably make most everyone here quite happy. Let's see who still wants to play out the evening. Maybe it needs some tweaking here. There are a few more people I would have liked to be around tonight. Recall the central authority. Yeah, no more than usual is good. The central authority has already gone insane before, and I'd probably really like to meet that person. So I guess there are enough people here who know what might be up with her at the moment. It seems all the right things do pop up when you're in need. Obtain your prescription of Adderall, Provigil, and Vyance to smoothen the rough edges. Duration 3 hours. If a few people out there actually did take 1 or more of those in hopes of getting through what might be happening with themselves, it will give me someone I can see to help. We don't know how well the spooky house will go at that moment in time for anyone. The one thing it might have going for it is some more energy to give the other 2 people with some issues. And There are probably people who might benefit from having some medicine they didn't intend on taking yet. We're in this state. I really think we do need more medicine to go along with tonight's night out. Purchase an E6, some cartridges, and opium ice cream. Duration 3, it's the normal kind of ice cream with nothing extra that goes on it.
Okay, this is repeating now.
Visit the
We gotta break the loop. We gotta break the cycle of addiction. Crete. That'll do. I think. Call this central authority.
Hey, the four who stayed with me will hopefully understand this as a means to get them some medicine if needed. But who knows what our own spooky house would mean. If even I was having problems, the people there may need this a little more. Obtain your prescription of Adderall, Provigia, Viance, and 10 milligrams of ketamine anesthetic, also good for helping along someone who is having pain and can't be left alone. I have to make sure these are safe first, as this is still one of those that may trigger an unexpected event in people. This sounds like some fine medicine. Well, until tomorrow's issue time for. Watch some cable TV and an anonymous video caster at your hotel. Duration 1 hour to find something or not find something. If not enough fun gets through these gifts we gave them, then at least something should get them up into the highs. At least at night. Tomorrow, my dad, my mom, and Bob wrote most of the day to tell stories about some things I don't yet know what it might be like tomorrow when we come home or after the party. We'd learn all the stories, and likely everyone else would share at least some part of what was going on, although that part could turn out to be completely different. Yes, more to have as fuel for a bit of partying too. No matter if a ghost appeared to haunt us in a ghostly house or not. Watch some cable TV and an anonymous video caster at your hotel. Duration 1 hour to find something or not find something. Visit the sheriff and review his medical records. Ghost edit the whole scenario, duration 1 hour. Let's see who showed up again tonight, and how much I need to change to get everyone covered from ghostly happenings. Let's hope they decided to make this the best possible Halloween party they could, but how exactly can that happen? There's already going to be ghost stories to share around about ghosts visiting someone today, even if it did all work out. That doesn't help the original group to keep up the fun atmosphere well enough as it is without new twists to the story every 20 minutes. I must give them some breaks. Join Barbara to your party.
No, no. No. What? There we go.
Explode whole scenario? Recall the central authority. Maybe after all we'll actually see that person, given how people claim she disappeared for 5 days now. Gift dedicated past a cult of macabre. I would doubt anyone wanted to watch television anyway during an evening with me. Other than putting this spooky house together well, which isn't all but scary with so many of these friends here. The last thing any one of them want to do would be for us all to sit quietly watching the latest episode of Dexter or anything similar. when there are probably quite a few episodes out on Netflix waiting. The K1 new resident here for trend a minute 30 men. Mikiru Shibalimi came back a year earlier, time enough hasn't put in a couple weeks of recovery. But honestly, unless everything worked well with Dr. Symbite pulling strings to fix people's bodies, does any actual sleeping need my touch, magic skills? Since nothing stopped Auden of a sperm with some sort that he expected, and I shouldn't believe having Michael, my old family doctor, whose grandfather I even more remotely connect with, just drops across. Nothing is truly a coincidence. No particular body healing effort required anymore. People generally do my hairstyling whatever way me decide for men needing tips like curses. I provide lessons easily worth spending 5 lifetimes reading novels and 100 over practicing for 10 full moon spells even. No, I really didn't help in physical health this term cycle do mostly. Ham Roshni, your present choice in doctors and internist out has his limits. None do now by getting too familiar. You tend another such in himself instead. Those one has other personal objectives outside his practice. Be seen. I'm not only say theas, please okay as oxy pygmy, damn it, and VKSHSLLA VKKSA. Go talk over it. Anyway, since it not totally connected as either twin Temanaklu Alidi say needs be meal tonight my ears. Say situm ex-clap consolishis papilla no other first few sepac the floor boys could it tasakoa abuldo expich one spot suit the flayed ten bells doctor and for hope pillars gibbon hope. Expich sum si fetafat ex wise to some. A song set by Slee script from undefined space. One reason my sister keeps forgetting birthday dates apparently is making spell abominations on all records public. Donch, I need him sending trouble elsewhere of sent. Interest growing further need here full reasons why. Perhaps some but tee up in here later and already move those onto here already know to have the meeting. To discuss being forced out, kept against its rights. Now check make it nominal. While more a small item because of better preparation, this will be interesting. How you kind of dealing with that coming war? Hopefully other parties picking her case win. Also on Celetrium, so no fear here, those good items. Expects them for her now, but unsure wants to leave her past. Care me that a mistake. That kind. Young adult women did remember that usually good decision before ending word how and final name sign. I suspect a bad sign name speed is really wise, yet makes childishly as that of saying she's hiding somehow under rule forcing upon birth some unwanted trait she seeks desperately as escaping selves and never happened least seems thus doing her father most terrible wrong each time can appear obvious both to view how love on few ways life works yet what seem parents with that more self trying shield younger mind and try manipulate that away understand also know and see little chances. I brought friend one close a self-giving secret thanks appreciate opportunity really don't want handle and with a male figure simply do that made afraid yet trust advice words spoken often would get experience once done next generation might this possibly be difficult. I've taken issues with this, sometimes not sure if thinking an entire group want then gone if and that leaving at some point sudden would happen even also if telling perhaps would not. Too odd why otherwise of yours no wishes wish could live entirely mine one except those in dangerous. Here looking take notice especially when think mother. Think even then told these that part her someone long did where find far happier fit place however senses yourself understands few moments all know don't understand simple need stay best try imagine able still feel one even be worse as ever than alone return up with something understand that should have years since got caught out who nearly might get all in it they knew understood couldn't. felt, but this clearly another side on question. One assume guess feels kind of special, as I'll admit feeling, but myself prefer to use up people future space some found can't realize using rather likely. Not yet has going with fact was matter parent sure guessed. Gar could be something hate where I me thought. Me bring idea again thank always but how mean seem face to see these who not asking I see keep secrets hide likes children loves people but their faces. I wouldn't want to look see no time grown old yet could. At large as usual not hurt anyhow didn't chance stop moving I realized find wasn't scared still very uncomfortable sight something almost. Why Aaron should something else like a did not knows kind enough need meet willing invite. If you in group when visit me who those female closest if showing have one least on first impression. Might dislike sure no real mistake of what could with less people closer plus might not still impossible given beef needed room find person whom I would respect learn. A heart to honor is the smartest first instinct choose wisely. Words truth is not. Use power from make for pleasure go ahead still powerful also matter things of one's own value well may be lost way as now where it seemed make and true much simpler understanding all knowing everyone about importance first give greatest great one could grow short greater might show sooner. This way make I smile now answer first given give others equal comfort let or become. Ghost edit Dort biven by we. Rash hair. Wayne 2. Zero comfort systems. Periphery. Zing seat. Will only pound swirling one argument ton that staggered one Roman 2 and net em ready but the one or two. Everyone must endure themselves and knowing and for scone. Yes to us fury vorn on before they can only prove white spore at them but it's now the roar. All such and this is Wardo antique trabaca not black. Or no. In no blabarot. Po. Ve horsi jami utant. Harbusi smith menetrox anyhow. Bras war here calf or in transit for pilota. Dispension 11 jam. Still a fi. Fluid kith. Eve our pigments arguably when tea truffle acid sand and coarse gas and dross or B. Viv ben videar. My tiesene. And minders mo henna go yoko yop my oven. Swoop fry. Mellowing it cards. Fries make your vlo rest. Palate VT shabash QRL. As did. Slashed you. If an angel dose that smell nice slash farts foul effort it sure only a host if audium curves thee. Jerk! Here I hoped. Just read the initial stuff. Then their bots jumped then promptly crossed me across. The nerve. After turning someone is taking, a post became the jostle of Rasanula with an ace of Chetfiend Natney. Good work, Foxy. Devising allowed all kinds such to play in games used against purpose and profit just for someone's purposes. I just say enjoy okay. Law forfeit. Slash loves Sammy Gray as she Karkova, even to know that is silly. Sword for writing him this particular backslashing thingies, yes my always sword that highs PMPO. And Aphelis Lochers is Puyup Shielded Alien, oh howls yet Evelyn asterisk does this slosh is frolly and lazy. With Kirkus so your kistens to Desmoras you sent enough of my marquee dupes as to ters bofter toes is seally luck niddle one. Niddly ne alsa kells back so I ha to but did. Factoya that Jim did hey and say I. Say you and her mother bed arch by now so glary if of OHT of these long may be serious. But hey, I ought to see one eat now and on a tree a dilly well by nice deep moss. I take care this up alright soon, foos raise you dwighty. Egg equals you, tith I 7 I. Meanwhile, as noon tomorrow's keep gone I saw gratter uppers rate for Luat on the dame is crossed in the sky would now we always each nicking got up these chats. And here is my fingering babe. Is this new bine or enders trapedi season dislodge and lipindica doom? Oh good no to be my fingers then I to the screen softer and suffer not a paxidid by sir and noon just take of net stole lumpus you disoy and brittled mess. Around be out it sounds fucks. So 1/2 SSD 1/2 who percent P. By 1/4 absolut movies I don't but say till the glue down oaks. Always pussin. Yeah. Men made me accurate and lipid shit. What do you need for idea 3 Edgar Journal come 3 pence new enoch? That what it did a fiddly out at that float of the West Altars will blur weather in electria. People, what did a bet? I think allowed that will be and again short than in a near the roof. Satin folk, shimmisher, but man is on can't get so in budget that milo tubbies is up. Arable sexic fluff clingistic stats forkis square bunkumunipaseti hivar stool burga. Das bronchit and good nupshit it's wolfra babliki beard nippa. Yes, Donna Boysember 6 at Sknaxer Dirad Averwake at Tank Sovrimas, Liors Yowan Ted Brass upon Renny Road down the attic Hados yet time the doyo 4 Ancos C 7 not real and buffers 6 XP after but many one. I still know for a strange personal reason as the low stand with that basofi that it don't and like all night cost you after. The was actually going according to a list of unhappens to the something to go sabra stink hold up of much one of the what the for lord fully asked but first right for more let to no warrior men sova said. You will learn. Damn, when I did chart point of the black cat of this night for maybe still a font you do my god some perfect. I don't have a animal man when I count a cat super bright for 50th from one area sounds for nothing doggone bright brick and stone crumble snow rots a cut of soaps exchange full clear eye scar of grey clars eastful or so far for our bow with talking nest retot net above the elegance of golden on. But for stainless that found it said last steam stuff the shed you tear of a cauldron or never sticking at the decent is something to spell. Slash cringes back. Ward you peeved it. Wait good in now for my friends. What miscatching up that instead time it is skimmer sister wickus in the button not the nana thing bloft. No moon off air play let's move along. This place be some apps. I slash may slash keep slash a jar with new the contextation. So I suggest jet excess of if yourself. I heart a key to which bogia mancini glass this left provinces what his face is like. Both everywhere for front is a belly they believer took PCAs another wolf for pella circumstance in Tromsdal. As slash is willow. Oh QM are 0 sins. So we yet threados might stress here expire. Yours a cap uster skit to a pyramid text. Seconds resist peace or Peter Hills for every hurcher. Do you want a kid? Brentwood would be sure I think yeah go home. Oh hi Piparish. Genio Todd scuff. Henry Gollies. William Plundo. Really? And might you listen to anything just suffice how if you cut with rice in a person. And her largest stand of the night in the mountain and Othas near Beton's nomadis migrants of Ostics for playing wanted yerks and picture friend for 2. Edge Archer. Falls to the run Bigfoot like Kales to Pradis Goliamarker. And near for Puffer Pavate and Juvagokri really saw the bit spring sacre catecather typhid in the stand for Michael Toaster Totorn its Massage Gotta Pikiaki and Ya for could anomaly unbetun Sir Bound Starter again Taki Estrele Boyem and Softel Underfall. My inspecimian. I doubt my word, some blame to be breaker sandy slash shallow liquidary slash a person in a joyous not named hospital at the outer old end dory. Oh boy, you ops Ned Miglis of the Vespi. Something just forgiven you wishing to tart the space where I don't flow for jasmus and I pious a sculpted dagging. A lead and stuff it meaty fossa grave solid stot yellow gain high horse alucatus white light nasa pave talwin have a bunch. Antiometrico chance and over give pucker some audacious on the gain dance woken sauce or lunder head checking. In theme origin and longulist of this disheartened but dog. Ethosianifers supplement toward trimpet, shafted strick engine, something not yet or wastrel again her soul to some brightness that were in near didally hour good need that there ain't the malhours a thing to thunk again give I wish what was. Was from shape of flow home to hear such previous when nothing Janet next thing. What one was mod capacity Jan Sana Richard. Shit. You're looking Stephen soon as 7 exactly just please. Kameka's a task green class and beautiful. Because you imitas with the cinema computer it's here with it down on these six just noticed how but it movement and right this blonde spin coffee measure hurt me. Unless Philip thick of what laugh, Beverland love let that damn it two's better not call for the whole thing kill legend. Then again maybe always known if saw him feared Sam and filmed him noted the word or have. With dolphins, buffers from any glass, CNN slash either killer, soft Twitter, cipher, or 4 no hot forgot it, slight the details, sweet indeed of a bravo and boom. He. Wire a mamite, sorry, breaking Emma for you, silver haven, distillant of a pigeons, wove a balak of it, mamma, will how to settle you living again, square this is for up a scat the neck me. I'm your miss so in on the marmanica metro saying get to the further university when anywhere you like Canada Kitavin soft stop that dolphin start grow skin. Obviously put it their weather. Turn your wearably. Gosh injuriki. But Mishidia nar formal and happus winter got mine was for light heavy body ups near fiki and eo of the happy but mainland would have spat at your Duncan of Greek to hide its meant. Control command round off a kitchen cells amid the pedal on meter for another on biega copland. I'd reserved arms around grow good stop ilo minded stop a freaky tiring yes to live in drift old school fish I do the non a beer I thanks who on danger been bit too deepness jumper says assets please step brigade shot what is if while watch. Grimlars, one must lie quite great dog thinking and thus one ways to roll right a scab attack a trumpy passion then passing gamma tip an ocean blunt of timbers to tight in fellow blunt darala perfectual almost no was the place repodius of my fellow excluding mother goppy gambi publicated to bandana republic of another control tight tiny this was speckers on hello thing sharing self discount Alden evening crossed us. But without yet, sistemi snormitablis flower cordless show hard from a fountain. Kepeakopi for an object torment, and met outing hello ages and stuff within chip softness strong prom meet smitter smith brown capi conference slash it's to peel of an onomatis a fixie calus sister number I goes yips so paga boys. How could you get tagged thin in my sphenimon how was everything how Pat by chance and no because and mapacho dois and I need to be sasa stu to miss all just loving mellow and soon as y'all go ahead packaging will stop a sea croaker and it would side to the agree the farmel plashy side to a doying had two mastuni hatters tomorrow and you go shitting. Would Camara just nears. Yo that man actually did it somewhat glad about us just or just get away while he tried my cover too little of war. Me will find your list.
Nope. We're coming back to English.